Incoming mission critical message.
Hello everyone. Oh, piss off. That's a great way to start the stream, isn't it? Hello everyone. Oh, piss off. Well, I'm not impressed by the fact that that happened there. So, I just thought I'd stream a little bit of Elite Dangerous.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
I have throttled up.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, I was in the midst of doing some missions, and I decided, what the hell? Let's stream it. So I paused, did a few things, and then came back, and the time-sensitive mission thing. Who are you? Oh, bloody hell! I don't want to tangle with them. With a monster in a Python, even though I am in a Python myself. So I thought, yeah, just do a few missions. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. Possibly not a huge period of time. But we'll see. We'll go for a little while, if we can. I always hate this bit when I know there's a guy after me, because the last few bits getting towards the space station always take forever. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. My controller batteries are low. Oh, fuck off. Seriously? Every time I stream, I check the batteries before. Like, I don't know if it's this controller or whether it's the software that the Xbox One uses, but it kind of goes from 3/4 full to your batteries need changing, or your controller batteries are low, like in the blink of an eye. See, and I knew this would happen as well. Oh hell. Where is the escape vector? There it is. Come on. Ha! You stupid fool. You cannot interdict me. I really need to get some new maneuvering thrusters for this thing. Oh. Well, he'd be mental to attack me now.
DeLacy, Lima, Alpha, Mike. This port operates under federal jurisdiction. You must submit a request before landing. Approved for access. Make your way to landing pad number 38.
Just hasten up the process a little bit there.
Speed limit is 100 meters per second. Please comply.
I am doing 100 meters per second. There is definitely something about flying a Python that means I get scanned to death. What is it? 38? Is that 38? That's 38. That's not 38, that's 36. That's 38.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
Where all the medium/large landing platforms should be at the far end of the station, not right near the front, as it seems to happen quite a lot. Because that's the most idiotic place to put it, because they're not as manoeuvrable as a small ship, which can easily get into one of the ones near the front. It's a bad layout.
Touchdown sequence complete. Dispatching ground crew.
Yep.
Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
Wonderful. Let's give me that. Alright. What we got? That's an easy one. It's only a small jump. Mind you, I need to consider... the guy that's chasing me. Is he still going to chase me, or was it for here? We'll do that one. No, I've not got any universal cartographics. Let me just have a look at something here. Oh! Really would like to be able to just see the shopping list without actually having to go into the hangar. Go through this sort of protracted loading screen, because that's what this is. Alright. Whoa! My ship needs a paint job. Look at that. That looks rough. Definitely needs a lick of paint. We'll sort that out. Anyway, core internal. Thrusters. What we got? What do you got? I can't... I actually can't see what effect that's. 5D, 6D. We got 6. Whoa! They're a bit on the expensive side. Alright. I think I might go for them. That's pushing my money too much. I think I'll go for them. Yeah. I'm going to sell the old module because there's no reason for me to keep it. Alright. Why can't I just I have to just do it in the repair section? Oh, that's annoying. Oh. Hang on. Advanced maintenance, that's what we want. Paint work. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Let's go back now and see what we look like. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Alright, okay. Well, we're done here. Got what I want. So, who could possibly be after me? Well, actually, most missions do state that you might get somebody coming after you. Ah, it's him. Right, so... Was it Christoph? Wasn't it? No, we'll soon find out. If I get that one out of the... No, we won't. Ah, can't scroll back to have a look. Damn you. I think it was. So if we do this one, then we get him off our back. Because I don't really fancy my chances. Okay. 5 jumps. The only thing when you improve stuff in your ship, often it obviously reduces the frame shift drive.
Detach is good. You are go for departure.
But I've not got the best. I've not got the best frame shift drive I can have. And then, whoa. Okay. Yeah. That's. That seems to have made a bit of a difference. And then I'm speeding in the star dock. Crap on a stick! What are you letting that dude out for? That just hit me. Well, that's not my fault. I mean, it's still nowhere near as manoeuvrable as my Viper. That was what I was trying to find there, fumbling around in the darkness. But we are going a bit faster now, and it is more manoeuvrable. But it's a bigger ship, it's not going to be as manoeuvrable as a fighter. It's not made too much of a difference to the frame shift drive. I still can jump reasonable distances, so I am happy with this for the time being. I just need to earn more money so I can continue to upgrade the ship. And my joypad's now stopped vibrating just a second. That's always a bad sign. Battery death is imminent. I have some charged on standby. Come on, hurry up. No point hanging around. Really don't want the joypad to disconnect in an opportune moment. There's the thing. Which batteries are charged and which aren't? I have to get some fuel. No. I'll do it. How many jumps have we got left? 3. Oh God. I don't want to hang around too much. Because... Oh, come on! Because, don't want to get interdicted near a sun either. Jesus, I don't want to get interdicted near that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jesus, look at that temperature shooting up. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a long journey too to get into the space station. That would be an... Oh my god. Really pushing me with this.
Frameshift drive charging.
Is this the last jump? Yeah. Alright. We don't need to worry about fuel for the moment, so let's just get to this. Federal security. Would you like to become my wingman for the moment? Mr. Anaconda, rank dangerous. It's always agonising, these moments. Well, I know that guy was in a Python. If he was in these, I wouldn't have a problem. I have taken out an Anaconda before today. But I have taken a Python out, but it's just his ranking worries me. Why is my... Better. Why is everything in system? Must have called the D-pad. Alright. He's not there. Crap. Slow down, you bastard. Right, I think I may have evaded this guy. That might be famous last words. He's not out there. Of course, he could just appear, but he's leaving it very late. Come on. Do it. Hurry up. Alright. What do you mean? Bloody boarding permission denied. What? What do you mean denied? This is something that's happened a few times, and I'm guessing it's because my ship can only go on the one landing pad on these things. Oh dear. There we go. The ship must have taken off. Or landed and docked. Properly docked, not just sat on the landing pad. It's a pain in the arse when it happens though. Oh, we're on pad 3. There it is. You wonderful ship. Oh, for God's sake. I really wish they'd illuminate the bloody landing things properly. I mean, look at that. How are you supposed to see that until you're right on top of it? What's the point in having those great big floodlights if they're not lighting the bloody pad up properly? Bastards. Yeah. Shut up. Get rid of this. What you got going on here? Don't do donations. Doing that. What was that one? Not that one. Yeah, can't be bothered. Let's get that sorted. Right. So. Think that was the guy off my back anyway. Alright, so get back up into there.
Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
strange small jump that is. Oh well.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh. Are we getting any fuel off you, sir?
Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps have we got here? 4. Oh well. Shit. I hope I'm back. Yep, I'm back. Just checking that my mic hadn't switched itself off. I had the infamous controller disconnect due to batteries that seems to happen in so many of my streams these days.
Frameshift drive charging.
So oh, there goes the vibrations back. The old controller. Alright, let's do some fuel scooping.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Good. There you are.
Frameshift drive charging.
Got one more jump.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I'm trying to remember what that location is I never want to go to again, because it takes about an hour to super cruise there. I was actually doing a mission. It's there at the weekend, and the server's disconnected, and needless to say I was not best impressed, because I was about half an hour into that journey there. You know, just put them as far away from the bloody place as possible. Space is big. Yeah. Which is why you develop ships that can travel great distances in a short period of time. I think it's the Hutton. I think it's the Hutton orbital or Hutton platform or something. Never going there again. They need to blow that thing out of space. Why are you not accelerating? What the hell are you doing? Okay. So what to talk about on long space cruises? Well, I watched Alien Covenant yesterday and I enjoyed it. I don't know. I think people who had a problem with it had a problem with the idea of David being the one who developed the alien, but I think that there might be more to it than that. Because when I was listening to the audio commentary from Ridley Scott, the next movie is going to essentially dovetail with the original Alien. Well, if you think back to the original Alien, the space jockey that they find in that had been dead for a very, very long time. Now, here's my theory, for whatever it's worth. We know that the engineers in Prometheus were developing a bioweapon to destroy all life on Earth. We know that there is a memorial of the alien up on the wall in the chamber where those two guys get killed by the creatures that mutated with the black goo. So we know that they've developed something very similar to the xenomorph in that movie. So they were obviously working on something like that, but they didn't have the human hosts, as it were, to perfect the weapon, which is something went wrong while they were trying to perfect it. The bioweapon escapes. Now the assumption is it's the black goo, but I actually don't think it is. I think it's a form of xenomorph that they were working on, and this is just my theory anyway. That they'd already done this, that they sent a ship like thousands of years before. I mean, the illusion is that they were going to do something 2,000 years ago. That ship crashed on LV-426 because an alien had escaped, or facehugger had escaped, and impregnated the space jockey, is what you see in the original Alien. So they're then trying to recreate the weapon, perfect the weapon, which is the xenomorph, but they get it wrong. And then in Prometheus, remember, David interacts with the engineer's technology. Now, after he interacts with the engineer's technology, that's when he starts acting weird. Like, he essentially seems to be working on the idea of creation. Up until that moment, he's serving the crew. It's only when he comes back and he's got after he's interacted with the engineers technology, he goes a bit off the reservation. And I think it's because he is an android, he's running a program, he's very evolved, but whatever he interacted with changed part of his program. Now it alludes to, in the prologue of Alien Covenant, he's very advanced and questions his own creation. And I think that something happens when he interacts with the engineering technology, and I think that somehow he gets corrupted by it, and then he's almost carrying on their work. His desire is to carry on their work. So it doesn't really hold any real water. I'm not suggesting otherwise, but that is how I think you can get with the idea that he becomes obsessed with creation, of being a creator, to create this ultimate weapon, and his disdain for mankind is that you see in Covenant, spoilers, is really illustrative almost of the engineer's disdain when that one in Prometheus comes out and basically attacks everybody. But he has utter disdain for for mankind and their creation. And I think that ideology is what is transferred to David. And that's why he becomes obsessed with creating this sort of life that he can send to another planet and wipe out all of humanity. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how things play out, because as they stand at the moment, like Ridley Scott is essentially saying he's got one more movie between his current series and running into the back of it. He called it like running into the back end of Alien. So there's quite a lot of loose ends and things he needs to explain away. You can't ignore the fact that that ship, the derelict ship on LV-426, had been there a long time. There's going to have to be an explanation for that, because the timeline, as I understand it, and I might be wrong, isn't thousands of years. There's not a huge amount of time between Prometheus and Alien. So that ship being there for such a long time, the space jockeys almost fossilized. There has to be a explanation for that. You can't ignore that, because otherwise the whole idea of these being prequels to Alien doesn't stack up. But I didn't mind the idea. I think that's kind of creepy that technology that man creates will ultimately lead to his downfall. And it's just another way of portraying that you create like an android that becomes so self-aware. This artificial intelligence becomes so self-aware that it thinks it's better than its creator, and therefore there's almost an anger. It's how ancient civilizations destroyed their gods when they found out that their gods were not what they thought they were. There is a violence against that. There is a lashing out against that. They'll tear down temples and statues and, you know, kill people that still worship those gods, and there's an outpouring of anger and disillusionment. It's in the same way as when a tyrannical government is toppled. Like, you see the statues get ripped down. You know, there's this anger, outpouring of anger, because for so long you've lived in a very oppressive state of believing that there's the thing that you worship is so much better than you, so much greater than you. And when you realise that it's not, the natural thing there is anger, because you've lived a lie, and that lie could have been passed on for thousands of years, generations even. And it's a disillusionment that leads to an angry outburst. And I think that's what you see with David, is this realization that his creator was going to die and he won't. You know, and he has a greater capacity for learning, intellect. He's superior, you know, better strength, faster in many respects. He is superior to his creator, and it's really dials into a lot of psychological, you know, themes with it, really, on how that can lead to an expression of complete and utter anger and disillusionment. And when you manifest that with an artificial intelligence that doesn't have much in the way of empathy, because it's, when all's said and done, still a machine, that's a very dangerous combination. And that's what they really touch upon quite a lot in Alien Covenant, is the danger of imbuing too much humanity in something that has no soul, for want of a better word. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. I think the problem people have when they watch these movies, they want the movies that have already gone before. Like, everyone wanted another Aliens when they watched Alien 3, which is ridiculous. What's the point? You know, and everybody wanted Prometheus to be like Alien, which was never written to be. In fact, in many respects, he was brought to be more of a prequel to Alien. Originally, it was just going to be a film set in the Alien movie universe, but not necessarily a prequel. And like with Alien Covenant, what did they expect? More of the same? Well, what's the point? The whole idea is to bring something new to the table, not just go through the same stuff. Now, what people forget about Aliens was it worked because it was so different to Alien, not because it was the same movie. You know, for me, sequels, prequels should always try to do something different while still acknowledging what went before it. Don't think that's platform 3. We'll soon see. No, that's 2. I bloody hate these space stations. There it is. What would be the odds of me being the right way round? Don't think they're very good. Nope.
Landing gear deployed.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the next one. Apparently they're doing one more, and then they're gonna, Fox are thinking a soft rebooting, which essentially means doing some kind of sequel of sorts, but with a new crew that will still acknowledge that the other films existed, which is what they should have done with the new Ghostbusters movie. and at the same time starting a new franchise with new people, which is fine with me. I don't have a problem with that, just as long as they don't try to pretend that the rest of the movies didn't exist, because then that's just stupid. Doing that. What do you got there? Nope. What you got going on? Nope. You want me to massacre loads of people? That's not very nice, is it? I'll do that. Alright. The other thing as well, I know people tend to criticise too, which I find kind of bizarre, is they say, oh, like, the characters aren't well developed, so you don't really care when they die. It's like, right, how many people died in Aliens, should I say? Loads. Like, virtually all the Marines were wiped out, many of whom didn't even have a speaking role on camera. Some of them were only on camera for a minute, if that. Some of them had like one line of dialogue. And yet somehow people build up a legacy of characters around them. You know? Like, some of them you only know the names because when they were dying, like, one of the other Marines would shout the name. But everyone's like, whoa, yeah, that character. Like, yeah, Wazowski. Yeah, he had loads of lines in that movie. And so much so, I think he was actually played by a stuntman. He didn't have any speaking lines. About perception. Like, people will conveniently overlook the flaws of one movie that they will then hammer another movie with. And don't get me wrong, I love Aliens, I think it's great. I think it's a great sequel. It's a, you know, really enjoyable, fantastic film to watch, but it's not without flaws. Then those flaws get overlooked, and then other movies, those flaws are brought to the forefront to hammer that movie with, and I don't agree with that. You're always going to have a core of characters in a film, and then other characters around that die off very quickly. That's always been the case. The exception was, of course, Alien, because it was such a small crew. It was a small cast of people. It was like 7 people. But you can't keep doing that. I actually hate the sound of that phone. Makes me just want to take a bat to it. But yeah, like, going back to what I was saying, that was a character piece. In Covenant, you have core characters that the film focuses on development of. And then there's 15 of them. So some are going to be basically killed in the blink of an eye. That's just the way every movie like that works.
Fuel sync disengaged.
Nav beacon? There is a nav beacon. Let's get the system's data scanned. You know, in Alien 3, there was one scene where I think about 60% of the inmates were killed. When they're trying to trap it in the in that sort of enclosure area where that highly explosive liquid just blows up, that they were painting around the place to try and drive it into that room that they could seal it in. You know, it's because you've got a large cast. That's just the way it is, how it works. Say it's the same with Aliens. You know, there were a number of the Marines died in very short order terms, without really them having an awful lot of screen time. Who's this? Who's Christopher Walder? Hang on, let me just... You know what? Do it then. Why? Why was my whole integrity compromised then? I throttled down. What am I doing here? That's like, right. You're taking the piss, aren't you, sunshine?
Under attack.
How are them laser blasts doing against my shields? Goodbye. That's a silly bastard. Wow. Has been demoted to neutral. What, for blowing up a pirate? Wow. You can all kiss my ass.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah. There was like loads of characters as well in Alien. What was it? Resurrection. There were characters in that were there one minute and gone the next. I think we've downloaded everything in the system. Yeah, that's
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
somebody after me there. Weird. So yeah, Jesus, I forgot what I was saying now. So yeah, like that, you know, all of that type of stuff is just part. It's just par for the course in those type of films. The larger the cast, the more you have to get through. Some are going to get killed in the blink of an eye, and some are going to be more protracted. This is a good mixture of them. And then people will criticise it, oh, the crew did stupid things. It's like, well, there are actually explanations, and the film does. I saw somebody criticise it. Why would they land on a planet they know nothing about? There's a whole scene in that movie where they discuss that. You know, there's a whole scene where they do as much due diligence on the planet that they're going to as possible and ascertain that it is actually a better candidate than the one they were heading to. But then there is a scene where that discussion takes place. You know? But people ignore that. Oh, they're stupid. Actually, no, they're not. It's actually a really smart thing to do. If you come up with a superior candidate for colonization along the way that you may have missed. Because the longer you're in space, the higher the risk of total failure is. Like, the whole thing is illustrative about the neutron charge that damages the ship and kills people who are in hypersleep. It was to be illustrative of the fact that there is a danger there, and should they carry on with that danger. So, well, how do people miss that? Then they call the movie stupid. Well, no, they're just not understanding the motivations of the characters in the film. Like the guy who takes over as being the captain, he's unsure of himself and doesn't like the idea of things going wrong under his command that he's just been given. So he actually wants to get to where they need to go as quickly as possible. They make a point of him saying that. He didn't even want them to have a funeral for the people that died or any kind of ceremony, because he wanted to get out of there as quickly as he could. So obviously he was going to take an easy option that meant that there was less pressure on him in being in command, because when he gets on a planet, he's no longer in charge of the ship. He doesn't have those responsibilities that he wants, but he's not comfortable with. It's right there, guys, when you watch the movie. But I think the problem is too many people need things spelling out with, you know, big letters. Like, unless you beat people over the head these days with a plot point or a plot device, it seems that they can't handle it, which is just tragic. It's why so many films that come out are just dumb. Big, dumb, noisy movies, because people just don't have the capacity to watch a movie and enjoy it for various nuances that might actually be in it. Like, I wonder how people would regard the original Alien if it came out these days. There would be a sizable number of people that would moan that nothing happens for nearly an hour in the film. It's the same type of people that moan when they watch an episode of The Walking Dead and it's not all blood and carnage, because they're building character. And then when things are all blood and carnage and nothing else, they then complain about the lack of character building. It's like, you clearly are insane. You don't know what you want. I always thought it was a peculiar criticism of season 2 of The Walking Dead. I'm like, they were building the characters, because that's what you do. So when you lose them along the way, it's more impactful. And with a television series, you have the luxury of being able to do those type of things. You can't do that in a 2-hour movie.
DeLacy, Lima, Alpha, Mike, be aware. Weapon fire restrictions are in place in this sector.
So in a television show, you can develop 20 characters, fully develop them. You can't do that in a film because you don't have the time. So usually you're lucky if you can fully develop 5 characters, 6, which is how they did with Alien. Goes back to what I said before.
Maintain approach. Prep for landing.
Landing gear deployed.
Fly smart. Fly safe. Reduce your speed. Inside the docking bay.
200 meters from touchdown.
Welcome to our station.
Contact. Ship secured. Welcome, Commander.
Alright. That was bullshit, that. Should never have taken hull damage coming out of that interdiction then. What else have we got going on here? Got anything we can sell? I have. Oh no. Maybe not. That's okay. Right, let's just... Oh no, that was the system I've landed in, isn't it? Yeah. Is that it? Scan the nav beacon for so little info. Oh well. Might as well get that. Alright. Okay.
And your surroundings. Avoid costly collisions.
Actually, how many jumps? 4. Okay, it's not too bad.
Welcome to our station.
Ship detach complete. You are clear for egress.
Fly smart. Fly safe. Reduce your speed. Inside the docking bay.
Will do.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
Scan, 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 scan. Come on.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh dear.
Frameshift drive charging.
Watched another movie last night as well called Passengers, which was on board this spaceship thing, and the trailer to that really sells it, that two people get woken up and all these weird creepy things are going on, and it wasn't like that. It's a bloody sci-fi romance. It's like, oh great, brilliant. Not the worst film I've seen, but it wasn't what they kind of sold it as being. Like when they sell it in the trailer as like, oh yeah, everything's fine, and then things are going mysteriously wrong, and it wasn't really like that. Things were going wrong, but wasn't spooky, scary things. So that's that. There's a problem when you're playing this game. You always run out of things to talk about, because quite often there's not a lot going on. Like now. Don't know why I stream it. For God's sake, please don't be. Oh, thank God for that. Like, I know you can get heat sinks for ships, but can you get better heat shielding? fly past this thing. Careful. Hurry up. Sorry, me doing an impression of my joypad then.
Boarding permission granted.
That doesn't look like a number 3. It's hard to tell from up here. That's the number 3 there. Might actually be on a right approach path as well. That'd be a treat.
Landing gear deployed.
Good golly. Oh, would you look at that?
Engines disengaged.
No, we're not taking on board any more missions right now. Hang on now. Can we hand in that? Feeble... No, that's not what I wanted. That's the one I wanted. The feeble amount that I've got there. Alright, okay. Next. Did that have information? Have I got Pyre after me for this one? Might have, you know. Oh, I can do that one along the way. That's handy. So what was it? This one, wasn't it? Oh, no. No. So we can do the this one along the way.
Engines engaged.
I should save a bit of time. Oops.
Frameshift drive charging.
ammo. Alright, let me just not going near that. Alright. This is the next jump that has the mission on it, on this one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, there's no way I'm with carrying cargo I'm dropping onto a compromised nav beacon that's like chumming the water with great white sharks swimming around you. Done that one before today. Not doing it again. I barely got out of there by the skin of my teeth. And I was in this Python as well when I did it. I don't know what I was thinking. Probably wasn't thinking at the time. Right. Just alright, let's get this dropped off, then we can get to the other place, drop that off, and then we're done. Just make sure that no one's stalking me. Not that I'd be able to tell really from here, but they're all things I could easily clobber, I think, if any of them decided to get froggy. Once you get ranked up a bit, you can earn some pretty decent money just doing these transport runs, and especially when you've got a larger ship, you can really get quite a bit of cash stashed. I really do need to start doing some like missions where it involves blowing up other ships and stuff. I do have an interdictor on this thing. I'm not very good at using it, but all the fun. I wish they'd patch in the damn thing that they had with the original Elites, where you just could jump, like an in-system jump drive. You could like just cut through mass amounts of distances when you just hit the J key, rather than just wait for the super cruise to get you there, which can take forever. Hutton Orbital, Hutton Platform, whatever it is, I am never going there again. Been there 2.5 times. Second time, like I say, I got disconnected from the servers and I just went into a foul mood. But I'm not doing that again. Come on. Spice is big. Well, I had a couple of people briefly come on and leave. Hello and goodbye to you. Honestly, if anybody jumps into an Elite Dangerous stream and expects high intense action, they clearly have never, ever watched anybody stream this thing. I mean, unless somebody's doing CQC, which is the close quarters combat thing, which is essentially just like a deathmatch multiplayer thing. It can be like this an awful lot. It just is what it is. I don't know why I'm doing this. Well, actually, yes, I do know why. I'm trying to make it so I've got less effort to line up my approach. Because normally the access corridor to and from space stations tend to face inwardly towards the planet. If you get planet side on your approach, which I'm probably making a really lousy job of here, just means you've got less messing about. I haven't done it because I can't see it, but I've got a feeling it's the bit that's pointing down. There it is. See? I was right.
DeLacy, Lima, Alpha, Mike, FFC channel open. Submit a request if you wish to dock at this facility, Commander. Approved for access. Proceed to landing pad 07. Traffic warning, Commander. Please make way for oncoming ships.
Nope, they could make way for me. Especially if there's some fart-ass little space fly, like a Sidewinder or some other such tiny vessel.
Always proceed
Landing gear deployed.
500 meters from touchdown.
ship destruction.
There we go.
Solid contact. Securing ship. Good to have you, Commander.
Good to be here, flight controller. Splendid. Right, we'll do this one last mission. Is it here? Always have a mooch around. Alright. Okay. Come on, joypad, work. Damn you.
Crashes caused.
I don't think I need to plot this, do I? Because I'm already... Should be already plotted. Yeah, there we go.
Do you have authorization to
Detach confirmed. You may leave when ready.
Well, since you put it that way, I shall leave right now. How many jumps? 2. Right.
Scan detected.
Ah, bugger off.
You're all
Space
clear. Hope to
cops.
see you again, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging. View skipping. View skip disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Wow. No wonder the batteries go in this bloody joypad as frequently as they do. There's that much intensity when it does the little rumble feature on it.
Incoming mission critical message.
Oh, I'm telling you now, you better not be telling me to go somewhere else, because otherwise I'm going to ditch this shit. Alright. Well, unless you're a million miles away, I should be able to...
Fuel skipping complete.
should be able to easily do this. The Duran's dock. Jesus Christ. Like you can take ages to get there, then you just fly past the thing at super speed. Your ship hasn't slowed down. It's not slowing down. What? Tell you what, the navcom on these ships is appalling.
Lacey, Lima, Alpha, Mike. Follow all
Okay.
federal docking protocols before attempting to dock.
I will.
Access granted. Proceed to landing pad 37.
And make sure I don't get twatted by one of them things. The hell's with my where's my bloody ship then wasn't moving? There it is.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, that's our last mission of the day done.
Docking completed. Power down systems. Welcome to this federal facility, Commander. Good to have you.
Well, thank you. We go. Sell them. Alright. And on that bombshell, that will do. So thanks for anybody who came in on the stream and watched, and saw a couple of you drop in, so don't say you didn't. And thanks you guys if you watch this on the video on demand or on YouTube. And I'll try and get back on sometime tomorrow and do a bit more Oblivion, I think. But in the meantime, have a good day, and I'll be back soon.